Hey book besties, welcome to another bookish video. Today I randomly thought I am definitely a bookaholic. I love book shopping. It is a totally separate hobby from reading itself, and I thought I would go through and have a look to see how many books I bought in 2023. And then I thought, hang on, I should do a video showing you guys all the books that I have bought in 2023. I want you guys to try and guess how many books that I bought in 2023. Leave a comment down below making a guess, and then I will count up all the books at the end of the video and tell you guys what the exact count is. I'm gonna probably try to go through these really quickly because there are quite a few books. I have massive piles around me right now. So let's hop right into it. This is really making me realize that I need to put myself on a book buying ban for the entire 2024 because this is a lot. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the pile that's in front of me. So first up, we've got the entire Inheritance Games trilogy. So we've got the Inheritance Games, Hawthorne Legacy, and the Final Gambit. This is like a mystery series, and no, I did not read them this year. I did buy them back in January, but these were not even on my radar this year. But I definitely hope to read this in 2024. Then we have Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This is an adult romance. It was roommates and brother's best friend. I did read this one. I think I read this one back in February or March, and I rated it 3 stars, so that was good. The Deal by Elle Kennedy. This is the first book in the Off-Campus series. We are following an ice hockey romance, friends to lovers situation. Loved this one. This was actually my first 5-star read of 2023. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren with this beautiful stunning cover. This is probably one of my favorite covers ever. It's just so cozy and sweet, and I did read this book. I rated this one 4 stars. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I also read this one as well. This one is a friends to lovers, one of us is famous, fake dating trope. Rated this one I think 4 or 4.5 stars, and I also annotated this one as well. My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I actually got this in a blind date with a book. I did attempt to read it, got a few chapters in, and I DNF'd it, and I will probably most likely donate this book because I am not into it. The After graphic novel by Anna Todd. This is quite short and it's very graphic actually, but no, I have not read this yet. I have the Love and Paperback collection, which is Love and Gelato, Love and Luck, and Love and Olives. It's clearly still in the packaging, so you can guess that I did not read this one this year. This is all set in Europe. Love and Gelato set in Italy, Love and Luck in Ireland, and Love and Olives in Greece. So I've been kind of wanting to save this for when I'm on vacation in Europe, but is your girl going to be going to Europe anytime soon? Probably not, so I don't know when these are going to be read. Then I've got The Hardest Fall by Ella Mays. Have not read this book, do not know when I'm going to be ending up picking this book up because I read this author's other book earlier this year and absolutely hated it, and now I'm just, I don't know if I want to read this anytime soon. Then we have Dream On by Angie Hockman. This is another beautiful, stunning, gorgeous cover that we love, but a book that I have not read yet. Love in the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This is another women in STEM romance. This is an enemies to lovers. I did try to read this. I got halfway through and then I DNF'd it. I did not enjoy it. The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. Another cover that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I read this one back in February. Loved it. It was such cozy vibes. I rated it 4 stars. It's a YA romance and it spanned off in a week and it's set in Martha's Vineyard. So good. At the Foot of the Cherry Tree by Ali Parker. This is newer on my physical TBR and I'm really excited to read it. It's actually on this month's TBR, so fingers crossed I actually get to it. But this actually has a long distance trope, which I'm really intrigued to read. Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. This is the first book in the Wicked Villain series. It is a Disney reimagining dark romance. We're following the relationship of Jafar and Jasmine from Aladdin. Very spicy. I read it, did not like it. I rated it 2 stars. I Fell in Love with Hope by Lenkali. I need to pick this book up. I don't know why I have not picked this book up yet, but I'm really interested to read it. It is a bit of a sad book. I think that's why I haven't picked it up yet, but it is stunning. It's so simple but beautiful at the same time. I need to read it. Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. I actually read this before I bought the book. I borrowed it from the library and I liked it, and I have the other 2 books in the series, so I got this when it was on sale and I have read it. It was 3.5 stars I think. And Honest Lie by Taryn Fisher. I got this gifted to me for my birthday and I have not read it yet, but it is a mystery thriller situation. Five Survive by Holly Jackson, which is a thriller. I did read this one. I read this one in October October. So good, I loved it, 4 stars. I have the first 2 books in the Addicted series, which is Addicted to You and Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Have not read this series yet. I'm honestly a little bit scared to read it. Heard very good things, but still a little nervous. I have another Ella Mae's book, which is Marriage for One. I bought all of the Ella Mae's books before I read To Love Jason Thorne, which is a book that I absolutely despise. So again, have not read this one because of how bad To Love Jason Thorne was. Then I have the collector's edition of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I originally read this book back in 2021 and I actually reread this year, and it's still a 5-star read for me. And I also picked up the sequel, It Starts With Us, and I also read this one this year as well, which was 4 stars. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune I bought and I successfully read. I actually read it in a reading vlog, which is my reading romance books for a week video. Check out that video for my thoughts. One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes, I bought this earlier at the start of the year and I read it and it actually became my favorite book of the year. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. This was a bundle of cozy small town fun vibes and I absolutely adored it. Bought it, read it, loved it. Throttled by Lauren Asher. Unfortunately, still have not read this book, but this is an F1 sports romance and it's the first book in the Dirty Air series that I really need to get to, hopefully in 2024. Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. I have not read this one yet, but it is on my December TBR, so fingers crossed we get to it. But this is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out series and it's like a good boy bad girl situation and small town romance. The Goal by Elle Kennedy. This is actually the 4th book in the Off-Campus series. That's the reason why I haven't read this book, because I don't own book 2 or book 3 yet. I actually did order them, so once I get to those books, obviously I will get to this one. I am a little nervous for this one though, because I think this has the accidental pregnancy trope and I don't like that, but let's see how it goes. It is ice hockey after all. Not Meeting Mr. Right by Anita Hayes. I actually got this sent to me by Simon & Schuster Publishing and I haven't read this book yet, but I am really interested in reading it soon. Flawless by Elsie Silva, which is the first book in the Chestnut Springs series. It is a cowboy romance, which I've never read a cowboy romance before, and that also means that I have not started this book yet. But I am excited to read it because I have this little cowboy romance bookmark that matches so perfectly with the book. That makes me so excited to read it. I actually did get a request from one of you guys to film a reading vlog for this series, so I will definitely have to do that when I eventually pick this up. Now, this is probably my favorite book purchase of 2023, hands down, and it is the Steamy Lit edition of the Twisted series by Anna Huang, because these are so stunning, just like spines alone, but like look at the covers. This is Twisted Love, which is brother's best friend, and it is stunning. Twisted Games, which is a forbidden romance bodyguard princess situation. This is also stunning. Twisted Hate, which is an enemies to lovers, enemies with benefits to lovers, and best friends brothers situation. And then I think this is my favorite book cover in the series, but this is Twisted Lies, which is fake dating, and oh, so good. I loved these books. This series is like so special to me, honestly. I just adore it so much, and I'm just so happy that I was able to get these Steamy Lit editions because they look so stunning on my bookshelves, and like I just love this series, and it's interconnected standalone as well. Then I have Charlie Loving Cliches by Ella Mays. I actually got this sent to me by Simon & Schuster Publishing this year as well. This cover is really pretty, but again, this author is very, I don't know if she's for me, but hopefully maybe this book changes my mind. Then I have the entire To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. I read these years ago, but I didn't have the hardcovers, so I really wanted to get them, so I found these on Facebook Marketplace for like really cheap. So I got To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever. So these are the 3 books in the trilogy. I'm sure you guys have probably watched the movies already, but the books are just so cozy. They give me like autumnal vibes and I love them. Then I have Chase Me by Tessa Bailey. Read this, was not a fan. It was honestly a 2-star read for me. I wasn't really a big fan, but it is the first book in the Broken Beautiful trilogy. Speechless by Lindsay Lanza. This is the author's debut novel and I loved it. I actually read this as an ARC and I ended up picking up the physical copy because I love the book so much, and like this cover is absolutely adorable. We love. The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. Bought this and read it. I actually read it on Valentine's Day, which is so perfect because this is a time loop situation and it's set on Valentine's Day, so the vibes were immaculate. Dial, A for Aunties and 4 Aunties and a Wedding by Jessie Q. Satanto. I was so happy that I was able to get these covers. My auntie actually got them for me because these are the US covers. We don't have these covers in Australia unless you get them like from like an online store, but they're super expensive. X's and O's by Amy Lee. This is such an anticipated new release for 2023. As soon as I got it, I read it, I demolished the book. I included it in my Reading Romance Books for a Week video, and one of my favorites of the year. Annotated tabbed it so freaking good. It was a 5-star read for me. Then I have the 3 books in the Eden series, which is a little small town romance series, but also has a little mystery side plot as well. So I've got Indigo Ridge, which is actually on my December TBR, Juniper Hill and Garnet Flats. Obviously haven't read any of these, but hoping to read Indigo Ridge this month. Mile High by Liz Tomford. I am really looking forward to reading this book because it's an ice hockey player meets flight attendant, which I think is going to be such an interesting concept. And I've heard so many good things about the Windy City series, which this is the first book for it, and I actually really like this cover. No, I have not read this book yet, but yes, I am very excited to. When I Come Home by Maisie Myers. This is the first book in the Pine Ridge Farm series. This is going to be a little small town romance series. Have not read this one yet, but I am looking forward to it. Our Secrets and Scars by Maisie Myers. This is a prison pen pal romance, and I did read this one earlier in the year. I think I rated it like 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, which is an ice hockey player meets figure skater, reverse Grumpy Sunshine romance. It's set in a college setting. One of my favorite books of the year as well. Honestly, it was just so good. This couple communicates so well with each other, which I just really appreciated that. There was no miscommunication. And I believe this is the last book. I don't think I've missed any other books, but this is The Last Encore by Elodie Colliard. Love this cover, it's so pretty. But no, I have not gotten around to reading this book yet, and honestly I kind of forgot that I bought this book. All right, so I just had a quick calculation of how many books I have bought in 2023, and it looks like there are 57 books in this pile. So definitely need to put myself in a book buying ban, because as you can see, there are quite a few books on here that I bought this year but still have not read or attempted to read. So I have a massive physical TBR that I need to tackle in 2024. But this was a really interesting video. I don't know, I just randomly thought of it and was just like, maybe I should film a video showing you guys all the books that I bought. I do plan on filming a video towards the end of the year where I talk about all the books that I read in 2023, but I don't know, it was kind of fun to do this video, show you guys that I have a real book shopping addiction, like big time. But did you guess right on how many books I bought this year? Let me know. But if you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, because I post new videos every single week, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.